Hey guys. So every year in the beginning of the year, I like to reorganize my office and just kind of clean some old things out so that I can be ready for the new projects that are going to happen. And creatively, it just feels so much cleaner when I can kind of reorganize a little bit. And it's something that I like to do at the beginning of the year. And one of the things that's really fun about it is that I unearthed some things that I haven't seen in a while. And I'm going to share a couple of those that I just found. I'm going to share a couple of those things with you guys because I don't know, because they're kind of funny. So this is a picture of me in my poker days going all in against Johnny Chan, who is an amazing player. And so this is me going all in, and this picture was taken, and I forgot actually what happened in the hand. He probably folded. I don't remember what happened, but this was like a really like intense moment for me. I don't look it because I was pretty good at covering up my anxiety at the poker table. But I used to play a lot, guys. I was on the cover of a poker magazine. So home game, honey. Did not name myself that, by the way. They did, so cool. But I found this in a box. And then also under it was this picture of me summiting Mount Kilimanjaro, which was so awesome. It was a really great moment for me. I'd never climbed mountains before, and I mean, I hiked a little bit here and there, but a friend of mine was doing this thing called the Seven Summits, where you climb the highest peak on every continent. And they were going to Africa to do Kilimanjaro and asked if I wanted to go. And I love a challenge, so I was like, sure. and I remember I was doing the book tour for my first book, The Stash Plan, and the climb was a month after that, so I only had a month to train, and it was crazy. But it took us 5 days to summit, and by the end of it, what's funny is during this picture, I was so ill. I was so ill because what happens is you have to climb the mountain in increments, so that for those of you out there that climb, you know what I'm talking about. But I learned all of this, in the process of my short time of training for it. But basically, you have to climb in increments. You finally get to the summit, and this rush of adrenaline comes over you because you've made it. And then, of course, you want to, after you take in the scene of like, oh, we made it, here we are, then you all get this, rush of adrenaline. And then you want to take a picture there and document it. And it's a really special thing. But the altitude is so high and the oxygen is so low that you're not thinking clearly. And it's crazy because I recall it being 30 minutes, that you can't be up there for longer than 30 minutes, or else the lack of oxygen can actually cause brain damage. And when we were up there and you're taking it in, you're like, I made it to the summit. And I remember, because I wasn't thinking clearly because I was so sick from lack of the high altitude, I just wanted to lie down. And our guide's name was Jackson. And Jackson was in charge. And he could tell how not right I was. And I was like, Jackson, I just have to lie down. Like, I didn't even care. Like, I didn't even know. I wasn't thinking about safety. I was just like, all I felt was like, I just need to lie down. And he's like, Laura, you can't lie down. And I said, Jackson, like, it's cool. I'm just gonna lie down. And I went to lie down, and he grabbed the straps of my pack and lifted me up and started like bringing me, down the summit. And I was like so weak. He was like dragging, my legs were like dragging behind him. It was crazy. And then when you're coming down, there's like this, it's called glissading. That sounds graceful. There is nothing graceful about this. It's like this volcanic ash, essentially. It looks like this gray sand that you're supposed to kind of slide down. There was no sliding. There was no grace. It was just terrible. It was awful. Everyone talks about the ascent. Nobody talks about what happens after you summit and then you come down. And I remember one person I talked to before I did the climb said, bring a Snickers bar. And I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't had a Snickers bar since I was literally 8 years old. Like, I don't even eat Snickers. And he said, trust me, bring a Snickers bar and always have it on you, in your pocket, in your pack, wherever it is. Have a Snickers bar. And there's going to be one moment on this climb that you're going to eat the Snickers, and it is going to be a lifesaver for you. And so I got a Snickers bar, and then I put it in my pack, and I totally forgot about it. And we summited the mountain, and then we're coming down and doing this glissade thing, which was awful. And you're so exhausted, and I'm coming to the mountain after climbing to the summit. And the first resting spot, I remember I just like slid, like I was sliding into home. I slid like 5 feet down the mountain. It was just like on my side, like totally like this. And then I was like, Snickers. And I remember the Snickers, and I pulled it out of my pack and I ate it, and it was and you guys, this is not like a sponsored Snickers thing. I don't even eat these. And I had it, and I have to tell you, it was magical. It really was. It was like this comfort and this thing and the guy was right. It really I needed it in that moment. It's crazy. Anyway, so this is my photo of Kilimanjaro. And then I also found this Nat Geo magazine that I love. This is from 2016, and I dog-eared so many pages in this. And it's about this thing called the Blue Zones, which is basically they look at the regions of the world where there's the most amount of centenarians. So the most amount of people that have lived to 100, but who are still have a wonderful quality of life. And then they look at why in these regions are these people living to 100, sometimes past, and they still have, they're healthy, they're, vital, and it's great. So they wrote about all the different regions of the world where these people are living to 100, and it's awesome. So there's also a book about this that I read, but I found this. And then I also found my Alex prison glasses. And then it says green because they're treated for on camera, so that there's no flares and things like that. So these are my character glasses. And the last day, when I finished my final scene, they came up and they handed these to me, and it was so sweet. I love these. You put them on, and it's like I'm right back there. It's crazy, but it was so nice to open the drawer and see these in there. Yay. Oh, and then I found, and next to it was this random bag of iPods from like the 90s. Anyway, so it's fun going through. I mean, it's amazing going through and just finding this stuff while you're trying to organize and get ready for the year ahead. And then just finding these things. It's really special. And I just wanted to share a couple of them with you. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you know when I put up a new video. And I'll see you guys next time.